Hey everyone, what's going on? Thanks for watching this video. I am Rob, and this is the Howling Hour. So I wanted to, I did a vlog. I was actually invited out to Knott's Berry Farm for Nightmares Revealed, and I did a vlog. I recorded a lot of footage there, but afterwards I kind of was thinking about it, and I was like, I really want to do a sit down video and kind of unpack my experience at Nightmares Revealed, and so that's what I'm gonna do. And I'll throw some clips over so you guys aren't just staring at my face the whole time. You can kind of get a vibe of what it was like there. Let me say thank you so much again to Knott's for inviting me out for the event. Really appreciate it. I had a really good time. There's things I enjoyed, and there's some things that I'm just like, okay, I think maybe if they did this different. But I've watched the past Nightmares Revealed event on the live stream. This is the very first one I ever went to, so I was excited for that. So we get there, I'm hanging out with Scott from Exploring Attractions, Nico Entertainment Connection, Mr. E and Mar from TLEV Media, and my buddy Tony from the Nights of Horror. And we're all hanging out. They open up the event. Mesmer comes out. He opens up the event, and then we get to go over to the stage for the announcement of the nightmares that will be revealed. So overall, I did enjoy the event overall. When we get over there to the stage, and this is one of the things I think maybe they did it different this year as opposed to previous years, where I remember kind of starting around like 7:15, 7:20, where this year it did not start until 7:45. So we were in there for about 45 minutes before the event actually started. And this is just kind of like the thing that this will be probably the only, I guess, negative thing, because it kind of affects everything that how the night went, I would say. It goes from 7 to 10. So 6:30 to 10. I think that's what was posted. But by the time we got done with everything that happened on the stage, and they let us go, do the lights on mazes of 13th room, room 13. I'm sorry, room 13 and Widows. It was probably close to like between 8:30 and 9. So that really only left us maybe like an hour-ish, hour 15, hour and a half to kind of do those two things. And that's, they also had other like a makeup demonstration, and a few panels in different areas of the park, but it really didn't give you enough time to do everything. And I think that would be kind of like, I don't know. I just like, I would want the option to be able to do everything, but really it was kind of like, well, you're either going to do the lights on, or you're going to do a panel that's after the announcement event, or you're going to go see this, makeup demonstration. You can, or go to the Legacy store. So you kind of had to really, with the time left, pick one or two things that you were going to do. Me and Scott chose to do the lights on mazes, so we did that. Doing the lights on stuff, I did when they had the, I think, Beyond the Fog or Behind the Fog. I did that, and it's really cool to see these mazes kind of lit up, and these little details that you don't really get to see when characters are jumping out at you, and everything's dark and kind of dimly lit. So you get to see things that are not really normally visible going in there on a functioning night. So I thought all that's really cool. Widows was really cool. Room 13, it's just little things that you don't really notice. Again, like I think there was a pool ball, like a pool ball from a pool table, like a pool ball, and I think in someone's eye or someone's mouth that you don't really like see during like Scary Farm when the maze is going strong. But the event was really cool, and let me just get into the new mazes that are coming to Scary Farm. And one is Inked, which is Mortimer Morbid. He's a washed up 1930s cartoon artist, or cartoonist, sorry, I'm cartoon artist. Well, it's all the same. And then I guess he realizes, I guess there's a drop of blood gets on some of his art, and it kind of brings it to life. And that's gonna be a very interesting maze to walk through. I kind of like it. Reminds me of like a crazy Animaniacs kind of a maze. So I'm super interested in that, just to kind of see how how they do it. If it's going to be more cartoony or more realistic. And then we get one that I am really pumped for, and this one was the one that stood out to me, was Unearthed. Embark on a perilous journey through the heart of an excavation site as you and your search and rescue team arrive at the ravaged base days after receiving a distress signal. So, this looks like, I don't know if it's going to be zombies or, just kind of like, some mummies that are brought back to life, which essentially, are zombies. But this looks really cool. I like the idea of it. I've always wanted, I've said it for maybe other parks, like kind of like a lost city of Z kind of maze where there's these creatures there, but this looks very like it's gonna be in a pyramid or something, and you're going through there and you don't know what's out to get you. So I am really excited for this one. And then you have all your returning mazes: Widows, Eight Fingers 9, Chilling Chambers, Room 13, Cinema Slasher, Mary, the Zoo, Origins, The Curse of Calico, and now they did say again, Origins and Chilling Chambers, this is going to be their last year, and then they're going to enter into the fog. So you got to make sure to check those out. They did announce they're a revamping of Carnival, where Mesmer is going to kind of take over Carnival. So I'm interested to see. They had some of the reimagined Carnival characters kind of walking around. So I am interested to see how that's going to play out. But, the Ghost Town Streets, Forsaken Lake, the Gauntlet, Goring 20s, I love all the zones. I think all the characters and all the zones really kill it. But Goring 20s, just, for the past couple years, I think they've just really like kind of stood out, for at least for me. I know everyone's got, Ghost Town Streets is just like, it's legendary. But for me, I think also too, I have a lot of friends in Goring 20s, but you dance in the Goring 20s. There's a lot of stuff going on in the Goring 20s. I think throughout the years, it's gotten better and better and better. So I'm always excited. In all the zones, I'm always excited to see what they do different. But also, The Hanging is returning, a new show, Voodoo Bayou's Edge, and this other one I cannot pronounce. It's like Oculatum or Kiltum. I don't know. Who knows? Forgive my pronunciation. But that's going to be put on by Magic Castle. So I'm expecting big things and exciting things from that. But overall, I did have a good time. The only thing, again, the only constructive criticism I'm going to give is maybe in the future, give people more time to do the things that are there. I for the price of what it costs to get in, I think just give us a little more time in the event to be able to experience, as best as you can, all the things that you have to offer that night. So, but other than that, I want to say I had a really good time. Again, thank you so much to Scary Farm and Knott's for having me out, and really appreciate it. I'm excited. Tickets are on sale, so make sure you get your tickets. If you're trying to get a pass for Scary Farm, make sure you get that soon, because they do sell out. But I had a really good time. With the exception of, the time crunch. Other than that, it was fun. I had a blast. And I cannot wait to be back in the fog. But anyways, if you like this video, hit that like button. If you have not subscribed to the Howling Hour, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. Really appreciate everyone who supported the channel, and all of you guys help me get to do events like this. So again, I cannot thank you enough. But in saying all that, remember, run with a pack.